have to sit straight. Okay, participants. Sonal, sit straight. Make sure that your back is straight. Okay, you have a support, but then your back is straight, neck straight. There is space behind your knees and between your knees. Even if you are sitting on the bed, ensure that there is space behind and between your knees. Keep your hands on your thighs, palm facing upwards. Okay, and inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep on inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. As you keep on inhaling and exhaling, become aware of your breath. Feel your breath moving through your nostrils. As you sit, ensure that there is a space behind your knees and between your knees. Even if you're sitting cross-legged, ensure that there is a space between and behind your knees. And inhale and exhale. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. Become aware of your breath. As your breath reaches your nostrils, feel the sensations here. As your breath reaches towards your forehead, to the crown and back of your head. Keep on inhaling and exhaling as your breath reaches your neck, your throat. Become aware of your shoulders, your arms, your forearms, your wrists, your palms, and your fingers and thumbs. Keep on inhaling and exhaling as you become aware of your breath in your chest. Take a deep inhalation and let your lungs expand. Hold it for a few seconds, as long as it is comfortable to you. And then exhale. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale as your breath reaches your upper abdomen and your lower abdomen. Keep on inhaling and exhaling and become aware of the sensations in your upper back, your middle back, and your lower back. Inhale and exhale as your awareness shifts to your buttocks, your pelvic floor, and your genitals. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, become aware of your thighs, the back of your thighs, your knees, shin bone, and calf muscles, ankles, feet, the sole of the feet, and your toes. Inhale and exhale. Keep on inhaling and exhaling and find yourself in a big, spacious place. field full of grass and flowers. Find yourself in that green field and notice the cool air on your face, the fragrance in the air, and the beauty spreading around. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, you will find at a distance a person is standing. Become aware of the presence of this person. And as you inhale and exhale, slowly the person starts approaching you. He is at a distance of 30 steps. And now you can look at him very clearly. You know him. He is your father. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on breathing, he takes 10 steps towards you. Notice what is happening inside your body. What is happening inside you as he takes those 10 steps towards you. What do you want to do? You feel like running towards him and hugging him. You feel like staying here. You feel like contracting in your body. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, your father takes 5 more steps towards you. Now he is at a distance of 15 steps. See what is happening inside you as he's coming closer and closer. You can now see him very clearly. And now he still takes 10 more steps towards you. See his facial expressions. See how he is looking at you. See the emotion in his eyes, the expressions in his eyes. And now he takes 2 more steps towards you. He is just at a distance of 3 steps. How does it feel? Notice any sensations in your body. And now he takes 1 step towards you. You can feel his fragrance. What is happening inside? He takes another step. He's just at a distance of 1 step. And now he takes the last final step. He is extremely close to you. You can smell his breath. He is holding you. And notice how your body is feeling when he is so close to you. Is your body contracting? Or is your body expanding and relaxing? Do you feel any kind of pain, any hurt, or any responsibility towards him? Or do you feel free when he is around? And no answers are right and wrong. Whatever it is, it's your truth. Let him stay for some time and see how your body is reacting. Are there any sensations in your body? Are there any feelings, numbness, coldness, sweating, increased pulse or heartbeat? Whatever it is, just notice. And now he takes 3 steps back. See how does it feel when he takes these 3 steps back. Do you feel easy or do you want him to come back to you? Is it comfortable when he takes steps back or is it difficult to breathe when he takes steps back? And now he takes 10 more steps back. What is happening in your body now? Just inhale and exhale. And now, as he takes 10 more steps back, see him as your father. Let all the visuals and images which you have kept close to your heart, be it when he was very strict to you, or be it was when he was very loving to you, whatever visuals comes to you, let it come and see how does it make you feel towards him. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. As you keep on inhaling and exhaling, processing all the images, all the visuals that is coming to you for your father, I want you to zoom it further and see him as a tiny boy, maybe as an infant in his mother's arms. How was it for him when he was an infant? Was his mother taking care of him? Was she fully available to him? Was she there for him emotionally as well as physically? Or was she occupied in some other responsibilities? How it was for him as an infant? How many siblings did he have? And what was his place in the family? Was he the eldest or the youngest or somewhere in the middle? Or was he the only child? And see with him all the kids who were there in the family, if there were any, and see if their presence impacted the mother's attention in any way. Bring all the members of the family with whom he was sharing the house and see how many of him, how many of them were truly supporting him, were there for him, or was he lost in the crowd? What was the atmosphere of the house? Did he saw his father supporting his mother? Did he saw them as a couple or just as his parents, where each one had a separate responsibility? Did he saw real conversations happening in the house? Or everyone was left to their own devices? What was it like growing up when he was turning into a toddler or maybe a 5, 6 year old boy? How was he treated in school? Was he made fun of? Was he bullied often? And even though you do not have any conscious memories of it, you will just know it as a feeling. Trust your feelings and see what happened to this boy who later turns to be your father. Just see him as a boy. What happened when someone hurt him? when someone shamed him or made fun of him? Did anyone from the family, especially his mother, did she supported him? Or it was his own battle to fight? How it was when his body started changing, when he experienced hormonal changes, when he had curious questions, when he had curiosity about the opposite gender, how it was then. Was he understood? Was he given the right answers? Or was he shunned away and shamed? How was his friend circle when he was growing up? How was the pressure at home? Was he given enough support by his own parents to pursue the life he wanted? Or was it very difficult for him? He was pressurized to be in a certain way or to pursue a certain job or to chase the dream of the family. Was his life, his wishes, his dreams given enough space? Or was he just treated as a man of the family who has to fulfill all the responsibilities? See him turning into a man and how well he was taken care of or not taken care of. See all the events, get the feelings of the events that has shaped his life today as he marries your mother, and see him what kind of husband he becomes. Was his wife comfortable and happy with him, or was she complaining? Did she find her happiness with him? Did he find his happiness with her? How was the family's support after he got married? Was he given enough space and time to nourish and nurture this new relationship? Or was he asked or forced to take sides? Was he performing well in his job, in his business? Or did he feel that he was lacking and lagging behind? What were the challenges for him and how well he was supported? Just breathe into your body and you will find the answer. And as he embraced fatherhood, how well was he able to connect to this new role? Was he there for his wife? Was he mentally or emotionally prepared to take this responsibility? Or did he had some other commitments, some other responsibilities to look at? Was he an equal partner in this journey of parenting? Or was he an outsider? And now, as you see all his journey, reflect and see, have you ever seen your father for the man who he was? Or did you saw him through the lens of your mother? And today, when you truly see him as a human, as a person, and seeing all the events and episodes and the feelings which shaped him for who he was, tell him, Papa, Dad, Daddy, whatever you call him, I see. I see you for the first time. I see how my vision was colored because I never had the chance to experience you fully. And today, when I remove these lenses, I see you for the person you are. And I may have multiple complaints with you. I may have a lot of grudges, a lot of reasons or for which I blame you. But today, I just want to tell you that you are my father and I am your child. And despite what life has given you, you have tried to give us the best of everything. Yes, many times I have complained, sometimes internally and sometimes outright. But today I just want to say that I truly cherish to be your daughter, despite the form of love you gave me. You may be strict, you may have didn't have any time to talk to me or connect with me. There were times when you couldn't understand me or my perceptions. There were times when you refused to even listen to me. But I still want to tell you that I am your daughter and you are my. And no matter how many differences we have in our relationship, this bond is the only truth. And now, as you say it, experience what is happening inside you, inside your body, and then hear it in your father's voice. My child, I am your father, and you are my daughter. And I'm guilty of doing certain things which I shouldn't do. I may have behaved in ways which were not reasonable. I may have imposed restrictions on you and your dreams. But behind all of them was a fear, was my own insecurities. And I don't want to justify it. I just want to let you know that it was my fear, it was my own insecurity, which was making me behave the way I did. I was never against your dreams. I was never against you. But I just wanted to protect you. And this form of protection was also coming from my own experiences, which may not be applicable to you. And today, I want to tell you that I am so proud of you. And I want to tell you that I love you. I love you no matter what. You don't have to prove anything, to do anything, to gain my love, my approval. You're loved because you're my child and I'm your father. And I may not say it often, I may not be very verbal about my feelings, but I wish to tell you that I'm truly honored to be your father. Thank you for choosing me as your. And from today onwards, I want to lift all the shoulds and should nots which I had imposed on you. I lift and remove all of them. And today I free you. I free you to take all the choices which you want to take. To make the life the way you want. And I'll keep blessing you. All my love, all my blessings, all my support are with you as you move ahead in your life. And see your father being supported by his father on the right and his mother on the left. And they giving him the love he truly desired as a child. They giving him the validation and appreciation he truly deserved as a child. And now, when he is supported by his parents, on his left is your mother, his wife, and she holds his hand and tells him that I am there for you. Feel him being supported by his family of origin and by the family which he creates. And with all these supports, he blesses. Visualize a cord connecting you and your father. This cord is coming from his core and is connecting you in your spine. Because our fathers are our backbone, our spine, because of whom we can walk ahead in our life. And see this cord connecting to your spine. And as this cord connects, tell your father, Papa, Dad, Daddy, I need all the confidence in this world. Many times I'm so doubtful. I'm so critical of myself that I don't believe in my abilities. I refuse to show up with my full potential. I refuse to believe in myself. And today I want you to bless me and support me and see him blessing you, sending all the blessings, all the love, all the support, and all his wishes with you. And as you feel it coming to you, go ahead towards the life you truly desire. And no matter how long you walk, how far you go, remember your father is always holding your back, supporting you from behind, giving you the confidence that you always seek for. Believing in you, even in those moments when you couldn't believe in yourself. Encouraging you, cheering you up, and ensuring that you are safe and protected. When we see our Father for the person He is, we don't need any God. We see the God in Him. Take His blessings, take His support as you move towards your dream life. And when you achieve your dreams, when you show up with your true power, with your innermost being, see Him being the happiest. And tell your father, Papa, Dad, Daddy, I promise I promise to be who I am. I promise to show up to this world. Because when I show up in this world with all my amazing capabilities and abilities and my skills, I do make a difference here. I make a difference in so many lives. And I can do it easily when I have your support. So please be with me today and always. And when you say this to him, hear him as he says, I'm always with you, supporting you in all your ups and downs, holding you from behind so that you never fall back. And now gently lean on your father, lean on your back, and see and feel your father's presence. And take 3 deep inhalation here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And as you find your Father's support, love, and blessings coming to you, find a place in your body where it all comes. Breathe into it and let it expand upwards, sideways, and downwards, and in all the directions. And as you keep on breathing and breathing, you'll find a strange power coming to you. Breathe into this power. Breathe into your Father and take him all in. Stay here for as long as you want. And when you feel that you have him fully, very slowly, very gradually, come back to the head. There is no rush. Take your time as long as you. And know that you can go back to this visual as many times as you like, multiple times in a day, to embrace him fully. Feel his support as you come back to the here and now. The moment you come back, start writing, start journaling about your experience. Today there is no time limit. You can write as long as you want. Perhaps you are seeing your father as a human for the first time. Let me know whenever you are ready to share.
I can go ahead if that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, please.
So I think out of all the sessions that I've done, today I was present for like the most of it, probably because today I was sitting, even though it was uncomfortable, but I think that helped. So for me, it was kind of funny because last evening I was talking to someone and it sort of like came up about, how much energetically I support my father. I was talking to them about the work I'm doing on the mother wound, and it was like somewhere I'm trying to heal my father so that, that changes the reality for my mother. So it's a twisted thing. And then I was very surprised when you said today that we'll be working on the father wound. So for me, when I saw like the silhouette of my father walking towards me, my entire torso sort of like it just felt like frozen. Like it just like felt it had started solidifying and like stiffness. And the more he was getting closer, my head was started like getting heavier and everything. And when he was very close, I felt I had to like sort of like diminish myself. Like I had to like really cover down and like turn into like almost like go inside a shell. And then when he started walking away, I then just expanded and was like so big, like वो जैसे वो blow up dolls एकदम ऊपर चले जाते हैं वैसे. So my dad feels very intimidated by, like he doesn't like women who have strong personalities. So I feel like just to appease him, I have to constantly diminish. Like diminishing is a very strong word that's coming somewhere. I'm not creating my life because I don't want to hurt him and all of that. And when we were doing the journey for my father, his child, um, so he grew up in a joint family. His mother had a very strong personality. She died when he was 12. So there was like a accident, like a cylinder blast, uh, in which she died. There were a lot of like, these, and this is something that was like kept away as a, secret, something that not spoken about in the family very openly. Like everyone knows about it, but they never speak about it. Because there's also like a lot of speculation that it wasn't really an accident. It was more like, like a family fight and someone sort of like set her up on fire, like my grandfather's brothers. So there's all of that speculation, and like because and my grandfather was not in town, and then when he came back, the elders advised him, and he did not press charges against those people. And then my father grew up in the same house with these people who were like, speculated murderers of his mother. My grandfather also then, had a second marriage because uh, the siblings were younger. So my dad had a lot of like anger growing up. And when you started talking about the teenage part and, all of that, that's when I think I sort of like zoned out, like I slept because somewhere, and then like when I came back to my senses, what it was coming about to me is like, he felt very unsupported through this, and he has been like numbing himself down so with alcohol and all of those things. And like for the longest time he didn't like would be alone. Like if he was going even for like a 1 hour drive to work, he would have someone with him, travel and all of that. So, somewhere he is carrying the burden of his mother's thing. Like over the last couple of years, we have done some work on this in the sense, like like, kuch nahi. So like me, I sort of like had this whole connection with her, even though I have never met her. But we kept like a part for her where just because I like when the pandemic happened and we were all at home, I started getting dreams of her where I would, like this person would talk to me and in my dreams tell me that you guys have erased my existence and my memory like as a family because we don't have photos of her and all of that. So तब हमने एक पार्ट रखवाया था उनके लिए, हमने उनको एक acknowledge किया that you are our family and we have come from you, and like I also spoke to my aunt about her and all of that. So there's some work that's being done there, but like still I feel he's carrying that burden and he feels unsupported. And somewhere, because energetically I am very similar to her, my grandmother, and like there is like, and I used to feel her presence a lot, all of that. So somewhere energetically he seeks my support to, because he feels unsupported.
Jasmine, I want to say for few things. Like one, you are identified with your grandmother. That is very evident, right? So whenever we are merged with experiences of other family members apart from our parents, we term it as identification. And this identification gets stronger and stronger if that person was not acknowledged in the system.
Yeah.
Like you said, that she was not never mentioned, she was not talked about. And then there is no clarity whether she died of an accident or whether it was a murder. And if it was a murder, then the perpetrators are also in the family. Okay?
Yeah.
And then
Now
your grand,
there
yeah,
was a family constellation that I had done with
yeah.
Dr. Deka in 2001. Like it was like his 3-day program that he used to do, and this had come up, and we resolved it to some extent. Also, I think after we acknowledged my like at least I made that effort of keeping that part for my grandmother, like that I acknowledgement happened. Do sense a lot of change in my life, because like I used to be someone who used to be like, I feel like I'm always on fire, and then there is a lot of like calm and ease in my life after that.
So, Jasmine, since you have already acknowledged her, things will start changing. But then I would suggest do a ritual to include her in your daily life.
Okay.
Okay, maybe just like before, after getting up, you can just greet her. Good morning, Dad. Even if it is that small, it is okay. Because she doesn't want you to carry her pain. The only thing she wants is to have a space in the family. सो एक बार आपने रिचुअल किया ग्रेट बट आप अगर उन्हें किसी तरीके से डेली अपनी लाइफ में इन्वॉल्व कर लो जस्ट लाइक विशिंग इन योर माइंड दैट इज ऑल्सो इनफ ओके एंड नाउ as far as you feel that your father seeks support from you, then you can never be a child for your father, right? In that case you will never be able to receive him. So in such cases what you should do is in your mind tell daddy, he is your son, please take care.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And at the same time, you tell energetically your father that Papa, Dadi is with you. Your mom is with you. You can have her fully
Mm.
and allow me to be your daughter.
Yeah.
Just this simple sentence. Okay. Do it daily and see she being connected to her son will free you so much.
Yeah.
It will give you the freedom which you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Because then you can be at the space of being a daughter to your father.
Also, like this thing that I feel that, because somewhere even like professionally and like in my job and all, I started doing really well, and then I start sabotaging myself because somewhere I feel I need to diminish myself. I can't outcreate him. Like just to protect his feelings, I keep sabotaging myself professionally. So how, like diminishing like this, and this was the first thing that strongly came out, that the minute
Yeah.
he walked away, the minute he turned his back, I like grew so much.
And you can tell him that when you, and that allow me to be your daughter. And when I grow, you grow with me. I do it for you. So, in one of the constellations, Dr. Deka suggested this to one of his clients. And then when I was working with him in one of the constellations, which he did for me, he suggested this for me. And I'm suggesting the same to you. It's very beautiful. Whatever you achieve in life, whatever, even if the tiniest of feats or the biggest of achievements, write down that achievement. And in the side, right, I do it for you, Dad. I do it for you. And see how beautifully you expand and grow. Because right now, you feel like if you will grow, you will be hurting someday.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, when you will start changing this lens, and you will see that the more I grow, the more I dedicate this to you. And you will see his unconditional support. Okay? Like for me, like whenever I maintain a diary, and whenever my account is credited, whenever a client makes a payment, in the side I write the amount of, I write the name of the client, I write the amount, and then in the side I write, I do it for you, Dad. This is for you.
Okay.
And you won't believe, like my father was very controlling. Like he had a lot of shoulds and should not. Since I am into energetic work, he would give me a lot of advices, you should donate 1/10 of your money. You should live a very mediocre lifestyle. You should not put yourself, you should not use this money for your own well-being and all of it. He had this. So initially when I started the career, I used to feel like, oh my God, itne sare restrictions kya hai? I'm earning on my own. Let me enjoy whatever I want to. This is my life. But the more I started feeling towards him and I started taking him in my inner landscape, I started realizing that he's fearful.
Hmm.
He's fearful that since there is an energy involved, it might harm me, it might lessen me. And when the moment I acknowledged his fear, and behind his fear was his love, the
Hmm.
moment I acknowledged his love, I was literally having a very different state of my mind. And then when I shared it with Dr. Deka in one of the calls, and I told him, and then he suggested that, you do this one thing.
Hmm.
So after that, even if it is, a tiny amount, say 9.99, if someone has bought a previous recording and they have purchased it and it's corrected, I will write it. And then I will write it, this is what I do for you. This is I do. This is for you. And the more I do it, you won't believe now he doesn't want to know about my finance.
Hmm.
Rather, he says, it's so good that you can now live the life you want.
Now that
ऐसे
yeah,
पैसे को अब क्या बचा कर क्या करना है तुझे जो मन करे तू वो कर मतलब just that shift.
yeah.
I never needed his approval, but that shift in him freed me so much.
Now that you say it, it's also this thing that because of my condition and I used to take a lot of stress, my dad would keep telling me कि तू क्यों काम कर रही है तू जॉब छोड़ दे मैं तेरे को टेक केयर करूंगा आई विल गिव यू मनी तू घर पे बैठ तू एंजॉय कर पर मुझे हमेशा ना ये लगता था कि नो माय द वे माय डैड वर्क्स he will not be able to create that life that I want. I need to do it myself. I think even when I do that, I am not like receiving him as a father that okay he's my father and he
You
can
are
put
somewhere putting him down. That
in that
आपसे नहीं हो पाए.
हाँ you भी गलत है okay I'm like belittling him and being like no you cannot provide me you cannot fulfill your role as a father and I need to do it myself so I think I also need to
So you
flip
just
that
reverse it. You just reverse it, Jasmine, and tell him that Dad, I'm so blessed to receive all of it from you. And I want to create it further as a way of gratitude to the life you have given.
I'm so blessed to receive all of this from you
And I just want to create it further as my way of gratitude towards you. And the more you practice this belief, Jasmine, you will grow in abundance multiple. I mean, like my account, when I didn't receive my father fully, it was
I
somewhere in 4 digits.
can
And
you please
now,
repeat it?
yeah,
I am so blessed to receive all of this from you, and I want to do it further.
I want to create it further
Acha, create it further.
to show my gratitude towards.
as a way of my gratitude to you.
Yeah, to show my gratitude towards you. I do it for you, Dad.
So can we do it for mother as well? Only father?
I would suggest only father because, you know, we have never seen our fathers as our fathers. We have always seen our fathers through the lens of our mothers. मम्मी बोलती है पापा गुस्सा करेंगे. We start believing that पापा को गुस्सा लग गया. मम्मी, because in our households, either the man is seen as a perpetrator. गुस्सा करेंगे, चिल्लाएंगे, मूड खराब हो जाएगा, डांटेंगे. We see him as a perpetrator or we see him as a victim. कि बेचारा पूरा दिन काम करता है, घर अब आया है. We never see him as a human who has so much potential and so full of capabilities. So first we need to remove this lens, what we have borrowed from everyone else. और फिर वो जो कुछ भी करते हैं उन्हें उसी लेंस से देखने लग जाते हैं. जैसे घर में छोटे थे तो कैसे बोलते थे, चुपचाप बैठ जाओ वरना पापा आएंगे तो बताओ. एक अननोइंग हमने एक फियर ही क्रिएट कर दिया गया है कि हाँ भाई पापा तो हमें समझेंगे. He is only there to scold us.
Can
That
I
is
ask
when,
something here?
yeah. Please.
I had a very different relationship with my father in the sense that obviously he came from a previous generation, but uh, he was very, very expressive of his feelings towards all of us. And we had, all of us in the family had a very good communication in the sense that even when he was like going through his depressions, on and off hota tha, continuous nahi tha. But even if he will scold us, बाद में वो sorry बोल देंगे कि अच्छा I'm sorry मेरे से गलती हो गई. So he was very, very acknowledging and he would be very clear in his communication in the sense that even I've seen my father hugging my mother in the sense that मतलब वो generation में नहीं होता था, but he was very expressive of physically and all. So I could see him as a man
Yeah.
that he was. Rather, don't see many men in our generation of that the openness and that those who can show their vulnerabilities. So I saw a vulnerable man who was my father.
And therefore,
So
maybe Payal, you never find any difficulty in putting out yourself to the world.
yes,
Maybe that is the reason why you always feel confident, why you were a go-getter,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I
So,
can do what. हाँ, मुझे कुछ रोकता नहीं है.
because
कुछ
this,
नया एक्सप्लोर करने से, कुछ भी
हाँ,
करने से कुछ रोकता नहीं है.
In
this comes because,
the father's thing becomes, father support becomes important.
yeah. So if you had him that way, that is probably the reason why you could venture out into ekdam unknown fields as well, like from IT to spirituality. You could go it
Yeah,
with ease because you never had the fear,
yeah,
anything which was holding you back. And
yeah,
probably
and
that
at
is
this,
why you were
yeah,
able to put yourself out confidently.
yeah, and even at this age, if 40, last year I started acting and modeling, which is
Yeah.
like such a different profession, putting yourself out in the camera. And when I was given that opportunity, I just said, okay, let me just do it. And whatever is happening. But I feel
Familiar.
that,
You
sorry,
look, you look really familiar. Like it feels like I've seen you somewhere.
thank you. But I feel that comes from my father.
So I will
That is
just
very
ask you,
clearly from my
Payal,
father.
I'll just ask you, Payal, to just strengthen it.
Yes,
And you can
yes.
strengthen it by dedicating your success to him.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
then you will dedicate its success to him and you will tell him that, that this is what I do. Whenever you try a new thing, like you are
Hmm.
into multiple professions and you
Hmm.
try multiple things. So whenever you do it, just tell your father that I do it for you. And see, you will never falter. And even if there are difficulties, you will be able to move fast. You will not be stuck or you will not be in always a low zone. Because father is your backbone. He gives you the confidence. He gives so
Right.
anything which where you have to connect with the world that comes from father.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, but what happens, Payal, when you have received your father and if you have not received your mother, what happens is an imbalance is created.
I understand.
And
I do.
then, especially in females, the masculinity takes form of toxicity. We are toxic masculine. Then we are very
Mm-hmm.
hard worker. We are not willing to receive life because essentially being a feminine means receiving, and that doesn't come naturally to us. Like we have to literally work hard and slog
And
so
that is
that
what is
the money,
happening.
yeah,
That is what has
because
happened in the past.
yeah, because of toxic masculinity. So understand everything needs to be in balance. So when you are embracing your father, if you're not embracing your mother, you may be confident, but you will not be able to receive the
Yes.
acknowledgement, appreciation, and money that comes, or that
Yes, that
should come.
happens.
That should
Yeah,
come.
that happens because my husband, touchwood, he earns very well, but somewhere मेरे को हमेशा रहता है अरे मैंने नहीं इतने कमाए मैंने नहीं. So वो जो एक है ना फीलिंग, आई एम नॉट, जबकि मेरे है ग्रैटिट्यूड, मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ, लेकिन समवेयर देयर इज दिस वॉइस टेलिंग मी नहीं नहीं तुमने अपना पोटेंशियल नहीं किया, तुमने नहीं किया. while I have a very blessed life in that sense, I have everything.
Because we are not able to appreciate life. If we
Yeah,
are
that I
not
am
able
being
to,
provided,
yeah,
that for last so many years while I was studying I never felt कि हाँ मेरे को पैसे पर से कम पड़ रहे हैं, या मुझे whatever I want I can have it. So I am being taken care of is a big thing. And
but that
yet
doesn't feel like a gratitude. It feels like small. It feels like feminine.
हाँ, क्योंकि एक वॉइस है जो अंदर कहती नहीं नहीं बेटा तुमने अपना पोटेंशियल तो मैनिफेस्ट नहीं किया, तुम्हें अपना काम तो करना है, ये सब तो ठीक है लेकिन,
हाँ.
तो वो जो लेकिन है वो कंटिन्यूस है, एंड आई
So
नो दैट वो है.
receiving will come easily, Payal, when you will embrace your mother.
ओके.
जब आप अपने मॉम को embrace करने लग जाओगे just as your mom, then your feminine will also start blooming. Then आपको जब कुछ मिलेगा तो you will feel either entitled or you will feel gratitude. There will be no लेकिन there.
या
Like
ठीक
earlier,
है.
क्या होता था कि मुझे ऐसा लगता था, मतलब बीमार भी हूं तो आई हैव टू डू एवरीथिंग, घर का सारा काम करना है, अपना काम करना है, अपना प्रोफेशन में कुछ नहीं मिस करना. लाइक आई हैव टू बी दैट सुपर वुमन. I cannot rest because the moment I'll rest, I will not be doing anything.
हम्म.
The more I heal, I am so comfortable in resting. And even a part of me is like, यार इतना rest कर रही है. This voice keeps on nagging. कभी कभी, but then again I'm at ease. It's okay अगर मैं काम नहीं कर रही हूँ, because मेरे काम करने से मुझे प्यार नहीं मिलता. मैं हूँ इसलिए मुझे प्यार. And then receiving comes easily. Then like
this is a very big thing that you said.
yeah, मतलब like पहले अगर आप मुझे 3 years या इनफैक्ट 2 साल 1 साल पहले भी बोलते, you don't have to work hard to earn money, I would have said कि तुम्हें नहीं पता है. And now I literally don't work hard. I mean, my work doesn't seem work to me, first of all. And second, like earlier, I used to slog like a donkey, or abhi to I just work hardly 3 hours or 4 hours a day, and I receive 10 times more. And then also I'm at ease. मतलब फिर मुझे ऐसा है कि मुझे और कमाना है तो और काम करना पड़ेगा. मुझे अब ऐसा लगता है और कमाना है तो और आराम से काम करना है. That shifts happen because you embrace your parents' feelings. Then your feminine and masculine is in balance. ऐसा नहीं है कि हर ग्राउंड पे हो, पर बहुत सारी चीजों में आपको रिफ्लेक्ट होने लगेगा. आपके रिलेशनशिप्स में you will be able to put your words, put your opinions, and yet not feel guilty. You will not feel yourself responsible for validating other people कि घर में शांति बनाए रखनी है तो चलो कर लो सबके हिसाब से. ऐसा नहीं होगा. आप अपनी बात कहोगे और आप कोई किसी का मुंह फूल रहा है ना, तो you will not make it about yourself. And you will, and what changes is बाकी लोग भी आपको responsible नहीं. So that shift happens. So it's great that you're embracing your father, but remember, even compared to father, you have 9 more months relationship with them, which you have spent in her body. So before you embrace her fully, You cannot cherish life.
I understand.
मतलब फिर वो कॉग्निटिव हो जाता है कि आई शुड बी ग्रेटफुल फॉर दिस, आई शुड बी ग्रेटिट्यूड
हम्म
अंदर से फील नहीं होता, बिकॉज समवेयर यू
हाँ
फील कि हाँ यार,
नहीं, ग्रैटिट्यूड आता है, बहुत आता है, लेकिन वो जो लेकिन है ना, वो रह
हाँ
जाता है।
वो
मतलब पहले वो
हाँ
बिल्कुल ही मेंटल था, फिर धीरे धीरे नाउ आई कैन फील इट इन इवन इन माई सेल्स। मतलब
या
आई फील इट सेल्युलर। लेकिन देखो, आप हर
हाँ
स्टेटमेंट में मैं बोल रही हूँ,
राइट
आई नो दैट कि वो है। एंड जस्ट वन मोर थिंग, दैट
या
while you were taking us in the trance, a visual came. I was for few seconds maybe, till the time you took us to the Delhi or somewhere, मैं डिस्कनेक्टेड थी बिकॉज देयर वाज अ विजुअल वेर इन मेरी खुद की वॉइस है एंड मैं कह रही हूँ मुझको छोड़ दो, एंड आई एम इन कॉर्ड्स, मेरे को बांधा हुआ है ऐसे, एंड मैंने somehow I don't know how it got cut, and ऐसे करके मैं चली गई उसमें से, and then after that I got connected with your voice. And then when पापा came in, तो मुझे लगा कि पहले तो मैं बहुत रोई हूँ, because I was just telling him that मैं थक गई, मुझसे ये ले लो types, and I was talking about my mother's expectations and the whatever is happening between us. And once I've done that, all that hue and cry, and then I could receive and do whatever. But initially, I just wanted ki you take it, you take this responsibility. I am done with it, guys. And that was huge burden. I felt as if कि बस मैं थक चुकी हूँ.
While I have a question here, when your
Yeah.
dad wasn't doing well,
हाँ.
and somewhere were you responsible for your mother's emotional state? Did you feel yourself responsible? That
नहीं.
I have to take care of her, और मतलब मुझे मम्मी को ऐसा कुछ बोलना नहीं है, वो ऑलरेडी परेशान है, या मम्मी को समझाना है, या मम्मी के मन की बातें समझनी है, या उनके लिए कुछ करना है. Did you take this responsibility?
नहीं. Rather, I would say that I was never connected to my mother. मतलब in the sense that after my father's demise, that I actually started talking to her. Otherwise, मैं सब कुछ मेरे फादर मुझे देख के बता सकते थे whether I'm good or not. So we had that kind of connection, and I feel मुझे बहुत strongly feel होता है that whatever spiritual genes that I have is from my father. So I could, he was much more open about any ideas. जैसे कोई स्पिरिचुअल बुक आएगी तो मैं उनको देने जाऊंगी. दीपक चोपड़ा है सपोज, उनकी कोई बुक आएगी, ही वुड बी ओपन टू रीड अबाउट इट. मेरी मम्मी को सपोज दो तो वो बोलेंगे अच्छा रख दो. मतलब डायमेट्रिकली अपोजिट है वो दोनों. शी शी जस्ट वांट्स कि तुम खाना खा लो और बस खत्म. तो शी इज
Perhaps
ऑलवेज.
maybe because she was so preoccupied that she never had this done.
हाँ, but even if she's given that opportunity, when the cook is at home, and but she wants to do it, she has that very strong need to prove her worth, or that I am important or whatever. मतलब there could be multiple layers and it could be my judgments. बट अगर सपोज चार लोग भी है ना, तो पानी अगर चाहिए तो शी वुड बी द वन टू रन. जबकि अगर इफ शी 75, शी कैन जस्ट सिट एंड से बच्चे आप ले आओ, या मेड है उसको बोल सकती है, किसी को भी बोल सकती है. बट शी इज द वन जिनको दरवाजा भी खोलना है, शी इज द वन जिसको डस्टिंग भी करनी है, शी इज द वन जिसको खाना भी बनाना है. तो शी इज द वन हु इज लाइक रनिंग, ऐसे चक्कर की तरह घूम रही होती है वो इस एज में भी. तो एंड दैट एनर्जी इज वेरी वेरी, वो क्लोस्ट्रोफोबिक होती है, बिकॉज वो आपको भी चैन से नहीं बैठने देंगे. अगर आप जाके बैठे भी हो ना, तो अच्छा ये खा लो, अच्छा ये कर लो, अच्छा ये क्यों. तो वो इतना इट्स दिस, तो वो बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. इवन इफ मतलब मैं उनके साथ कितना कुछ थेरेपी हीलिंग सब ट्राई कर चुकी हूँ, बट शी इज नेवर ओपन टू रिसीव.
She will not be able to receive if she had not received her mother, if she was loved or performed.
हम्म.
So I
तो
wanted to reflect how was her relationship with her mother when she was growing? Was she expected to do all the things?
हम्म.
on so that she is a good girl.
हाँ, she was not a good student but she was a very good sports person. एंड उन्होंने घर में बहुत काम किया है एंड घर में बोलती भी थी मैं बहुत काम करती थी एंड शी वाज वेरी वही रिस्पॉन्सिबल बच्चा जो सब कुछ
तो
करता है.
तो उस बच्चे का वर्थ वैसे ही होगा. उस बच्चे के लिए, जिस बच्चे को सिर्फ काम ही काम करवाया गया है और उस काम के कारण ही उसे थोड़ा बहुत वैलिडेशन मिला है, तो उसके
हम्म.
लिए वो ब्रेथ के इक्वल. So if you will ask her to step back and sit down, it will feel like that you are snatching oxygen from her. Because that is how she breathes. That if she will not do anything, she is not even worthy of living. And that is the reason why she keeps on moving even at this age. See, you were fortunate and it was your soul's journey that you could find answers here. Maybe she is not in that journey or she has not reached that place and therefore she is still in that survival mode. कि घर में सर्वेंट है, बच्चे बड़े हो गए, सब कोई अपना काम कर सकते हैं, but she cannot. It's like she will not be able to breathe if she will sit and calm. So see her from that eyes. For example, Payal, if I'll ask you, just forget all about your spirituality. You may not be able to even to breathe. It is so intrinsic part of. Similarly, like I will say कि Payal हो गया ना, आपकी आधी चीजें problem solve इतना क्या है, your daughter is sorted. You don't need to heal yourself anymore, and you will feel like as if someone has taken the purpose of your life. Right? It's like it's oxygen to you. Similarly, working continuously is an oxygen to her. She can only feel worthy and she can only feel that she is living when she is doing everything for everyone. When the moment you'll start seeing her from that lens, and when you start appreciating whatever she does, and you will see that her frenziness has calmed down. Like my mom is handicapped, okay? So she is very fond of this crochet and stitching and woolen sweaters and वो continuously बनाती रहती थी और उनका वो handicapped है तो उनकी swelling आ जाती थी बहुत ज्यादा. तो और फिर उन्हें पेन होता था, वो चिड़चिड़ी हो जाती. तो हम सब घर में ऐसे पहले बोलते थे कि क्या है, आपको करने की जरूरत क्या है, मत करो ना, ये चीज तो आप अवॉइड कर दो, हेल्पर है कर लो. एंड शी यूज्ड टू फील लाइक कि अगर मैं ये नहीं करूंगी तो मैं क्या करूंगी, मैं बैठे बैठे क्या कहूंगी. मैं नेवर यूज्ड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट शी वाज डूइंग. इट वाज ओनली when I said, when I started healing and I started seeing her as a human rather than as a mother कि हाँ भाई अब इनको इतनी करने की क्या जरूरत है, क्या कमी है, सब कुछ तो मार्केट में मिलता है. तो जब I started shifting my perspective and I started introducing her, तो फिर मैंने घर में सबको बोला कि let her do. फिर उन्हें हमने YouTube सिखा दिया, Amazon से ऑर्डर करना सिखा दिया. तो she will keep on searching for design, she will make something and then we asked her to how to post it in social media. वो करने लगी, appreciation मिलने लग गया and now she's so happy. What we perceive as something which is work or burden for her is maybe a source of joy for her. And when you are asking her to stop, you are actually snatching her joy, the only joy she receives from life. So when you start seeing her that way, start asking her instead of, getting flustered. I'm just giving you a suggestion. This will help you a lot, Payal. That instead of getting flustered and irritated, कि ये खा लो, वो खा लो. अच्छा मम्मा आपने क्या क्या बनाया? How do you make this? I have tried so many recipes, but I could never make it like she keeps on sending me the different designs of rocket and to be honest I don't find any difference. मतलब जब तक वो बहुत visible difference नहीं होता, नहीं समझ में आता कि ये 2 लाइन वाला है, ये 4 लाइन वाला है. And she is like ये कुछ से अच्छा कब सा लग रहा है. And I would like कि ये अच्छा लग रहा है, but what do you feel about it? And then I asked her, and she said हाँ ये अच्छा है पर मेरे को लग रहा है ये वाला है ना थोड़ा ज्यादा चैलेंजिंग है, इसमें ज्यादा मजा आएगा. And that means it will take more time for her. It is something new for her. It will give her again a challenge. And then she will be कौन से colors बनाऊं, This is the only source of joy for her. And I select her कि मम्मा ये combination ज़्यादा अच्छा है, ये combination ज़्यादा अच्छा है. You select between them. Sometimes she follows, most of the time she doesn't follow. And फिर बनाकर फिर वो combination अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, that she is like खोल कर दोबारा ही बना दो. क्या है थोड़ी सी तो मेहनत लगी. And I said okay कर. पहले I was like कि जब पूछना ही है और फिर मानना नहीं है तो क्यों पूछते. And now I'm like it is just a ways of connecting. कि look मैंने ये बनाया. तो हम थक जाते थे अप्रिशिएट करते. कितनी बार एक ही चीज को अप्रिशिएट करो. सो वी आज पुटिंग इट इन सोशल मीडिया. अब उनको पूरी फैमिली अप्रिशिएट करती है, सारी फैमिली तो सोशल मीडिया पे. तो नाउ शी फील सो वैलिडेटेड. फिर उनको कोई फोन आ जाता है कि हाँ मेरे लिए भी ये बना दे, मेरे लिए भी वो बना दे. तो शी फाइंड्स दीज वेज. These are the ways through which she feels joy. She feels that like she is living, she is contributing. And the more you see it that way, and the more you stop snatching it from her, she will understand. मतलब अभी आपको लगता है कि 75 years की है यार, अब उनको रेस्ट करना चाहिए, but that is your view. She will not go beyond what her body's capacities. एक दो दिन शायद कर भी ले, पर उसके बाद वो नहीं करेंगी, बॉडी ही नहीं करेगी. So you have to trust in her and in her capacity कि वो कर पा रही है, because she can do it, she can manage. And instead of shutting her down for the joys, start appreciating her. Agar appreciating means start acknowledging कि it's because of you, we don't have to take care of these things. And see how she flourishes.
Can we also do like your visual exercise that she's being blessed by her parents and she's receiving love, and can we do
Yeah.
that,
And
and
then
then that generational वो
yeah,
ट्री
you
बना
have
सकते
to
हैं?
like, हाँ वो आप मदर के लिए, पर आप उन पर ही स्टॉप मत.
हाँ, अपने
Let
तक
that
एंड मे बी डॉटर.
let that come, and then you tell your mom that mom, this is my daughter. Grandmom, this is your granddaughter. And your granddaughter, and she is your great granddaughter. Please bless us. You can do
Okay.
that, but Payal, since you are living closely with your mom, these small little changes will reduce a lot of resentment which you have for. Even if you do it for just 21 days as an experiment, just do it for 21 days as an experiment, it will reduce a lot of resentment which you have for. And you will be at
आई डू
more.
मैं कई बार उनकी कुकिंग के लिए करती हूँ, लेकिन पता है क्या है कि इट्स अ प्रैक्टिकल थिंग. शी लिव्स विद माय ब्रदर. अगर वहां से रोज सपोज खाना यहाँ आएगा, तो कुछ ना कुछ वहां की डायनेमिक्स भी गड़बड़ होती है ना, बिकॉज एवरीवन, भाभी की अपनी इनसिक्योरिटीज हैं. फिर मैं
You
वहां
don't
रोज
have to do it. You just have to acknowledge कि, oh my God, मम्मी आप इस एज में भी इतना कर लेते हो. You just have to acknowledge. Okay, you just have to acknowledge that she is finding her own source of joy in her life. And we are no one to criticize why she is finding joy in that. Right? Just like your daughter has her own choices and she is perfectly entitled to do whatever she finds joy in, your mother is perfectly entitled to find whatever joy she finds. So she wants to pursue anything.
तो मुझे पता है, सिर्फ एक ही डिफरेंस क्या लगता है कि उसमें अगर आप वो जो क्लिंगीनेस है ना, कि सपोज दिन में 4 बार फोन आ रहा है, दैट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट. नॉट दैट वी डोंट से कि आप नहीं करते हो. आई ऑलवेज से कि अच्छा आपने पौधों में पानी भी डाला, आपकी वजह से घर चलता है. आई ऑलवेज से दैट टू हर. बट वो जो उनका कंट्रोल है या बहुत जबरदस्त टुवर्ड्स मी, स्पेशली जो क्लिंगीनेस है, दैट इज द ओनली फैक्टर विच क्रिएट्स अ लॉट ऑफ
Because she sees
असर.
your mother, she sees her mother in you, as I told you on phone as well. So one other way could be, if you would like to change the dynamics, you could also talk about her mother. What was her life growing up? That will also give you insights about your family. Things which had never been spoken, that could also come to surface. And since you are the healer yourself, you can heal them consciously as well. So that will help you in your journey ahead. And yes, it's okay. मतलब आप ये 21 days experiment करके देखो, where you truly acknowledge it from inside. जैसे अभी जब आप बोल रहे थे, there was a lot of judgment inside you. यार इतना भी क्यों करना है, नहीं करो ना, शांति से बैठो. There was this judgment inside you. There was, but when you will start doing it internally first, that I see you find joy, your reason of living.
Hmm.
Now see her as a woman, Payal, who has always been doing so many things. Like she had so many responsibilities. Your
Hmm.
father was not well, so she has to take care of him and the additional responsibilities with it. She has to manage the household. Plus, if she had her own dream, she has to, make
Hmm.
sure that कहीं ना कहीं से वो भी हो. अब अगर suddenly अब बच्चे बड़े हो गए,
Hmm. Void है.
हस्बैंड नहीं है, वो सब कुछ काम नहीं है, तो इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. जो एक पर्सन 60-70 ईयर्स से एक तरीके से ट्रेन होके रखा है, वो सडनली उसको आप बोल दो कि दैट यू डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग, दे विल go into
Hmm.
depression.
Hmm.
Okay, so first find your grounding and see how your mother is finding her own tiny ways of living, finding her own reasons of living. And when you start acknowledging and appreciating in your inner landscape, तब आप उन्हें approach करें. Then
ठीक
it
है.
will be easier for you, I guess. I think it will be easier.
ठीक है. I'll do
Okay?
that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
You just having
Diksha,
more allowance.
yeah,
Can I just
yeah,
one thing that I missed? Then I
yeah, please.
जो आपने मुझे फर्स्ट एक्सरसाइज बोला था फादर और ग्रैंडमदर का, वो था कि आई बेसिकली टेल माय फादर दैट दिस इज योर मदर and she's supporting you. And
And
grand
I'm your child.
okay.
You are just making it the roles clear to him in your energetic space by bringing his mother, telling him that she is your mother, she will take care of you, and I'm your daughter.
Okay. Just reinforcing that.
Yeah.
Also, पायल जी जो आपने बोला ना, मेरी मॉम भी करती है, लाइक उनकी अभी सर्जरी हुई थी एंड देन वी वर शिफ्टिंग होम एंड लाइक शोल्डर की सर्जरी थी एंड शी would keep weight lifting things and इधर उधर के शी वाज सो प्रोएक्टिव एंड इट यूज्ड टू लाइक ड्राइव मी नट्स के 1 महीना पहले आपकी शोल्डर रिप्लेसमेंट हुआ और आप ये सब कर रहे हो. And then, but I also spoke to a therapist about it, and it was like, just have allowance for the choices that she's making. And when I started having that allowance, then she herself stopped doing it. So I think it's about that shift.
Yeah, because it is the way we perceive her, the way we see her, the more we acknowledge that it is what bringing her joy, and we stop making it about ourselves,
Yeah.
stop troubling us.
Also, with humans, if you tell them to not do something, then they feel the urge to do it.
And then when you tell your parents, a more systemic truth is when you tell your parents that what to do and what not to do, then you are stepping from the role of child to becoming their parent. You are
Exactly.
only overstepping your boundaries.
And also for old people, accepting that they are getting old is also a challenge. Like my grandfather is 84, 85, and he still insists on going to office. हमारा ऑफिस भी ऐसा है कश्मीरी गेट में कि एक जगह से उतर के फिर वो बाइक पे बैठ के जाते हैं and everyone keeps scolding him कि मत जाओ, but then that's his way of like just sort of holding on to his life a little more, like because people also have issues accepting their old age.
But then what they will do? I mean, just see them as human. अगर आज आपके साथ से आपकी सारी लाइफ से सारा काम हटा दिया जाए,
Exactly.
you may be easing out for 2 days, but third day तो आप पागल ही हो जाओ.
Exactly.
Diksha, are you there? Diksha, are you there with us? Okay, I have to make an announcement that tomorrow we will be shifting the class from evening 4:30 to 6:30. Is it okay? Like I posted it
I'll
in
be
the group.
traveling, so I would not be able to attend. I
Okay.
will see the recording because
Okay, no worries. What about you, Jasmine? Will it be okay? You're on mute.
I mean, I think it'll be okay if most people prefer that slot.
Yeah. Because tomorrow is Dhanteras, so most probably we'll be doing puja in the evening.
Yeah.
So I will be posting it in the group again, confirming with the timing 4:30 to 6. We'll be free by 6. Because tomorrow we'll be doing an intense exercise concept.
Okay.
Diksha, how was your experience? Would you like to share? Today I felt that you were a lot in the process.
I mean, I could fully, maybe because we were sitting, or I feel very tired right now. तो मैं बोल नहीं पा रही, process नहीं कर पा रही अभी.
कोई बात नहीं दीक्षा, if it is not there, you can take your space. क्योंकि कई बार जब हम इस तरह
No, I
के
mean, I really wanted to share. That's why I was
Okay.
waiting. I had a few questions, but I don't know. I'm feeling very drained and tired right now. So, can I take a
Sorry,
moment?
Yeah,
I
you
have to
can.
go somewhere. There are some guests at home.
Okay,
I'm so
Payal,
sorry.
thank
Sorry,
you for
Diksha.
being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for
That
being
I'm not
here.
there. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was in the पता नहीं अभी आ नहीं रहा है. It's feeling very difficult to speak.
कोई बात नहीं. Well, I think today you were fully in the process.
But it's not because of the process. I don't know, I was listening to it and काफी बार मतलब ये जो conversation चल रहा था मैं कम कर रही थी, volume ज़्यादा कर रही थी, and I think it's मतलब my dinner time is also like very early, तो 2.5-3 घंटे. So I think I'm sitting with that for a very long time, or I didn't realize like when it, like the moment you asked me to speak and when I got up like right now to pee, now I can feel like it's like मुझे सर में दर्द हो रहा है. It's not like in गले में and सर में. So I think I'm feeling very, I don't know, it's the hunger, like it's the starvation of last 2 hours, or what?
It could be. And it could be a combined effect as well.
But let's मतलब कर लेते हैं बात, नहीं तो it will go in my head because
Sure, whatever you feel
that
comfortable.
is why I like उस समय मैं question इसीलिए पूछना चाह रही थी because it was in the continued conversation, so it makes sense. और बाद में even if you note it down, right, I think something gets lost away.
Yeah, but then at the same time, we have to respect everyone's timing as well, right?
I understand.
That was the only reason, that because your questions often needs more explanation. So because of that, I discourage you that, we will take it up later.
I mean, I don't know, maybe because of this I was शायद ये चल रहा था मेरे mind में when I went to pee. I think this was going in my head because I'm aware it takes more space. That's why I prefer to uh, uh, and it's not from this space, but it's also from the other, like some other grief I hold. So I think
Would you like me to stop the recording so that you can talk
oh
about it
yeah
freely?
yes, that would be nice.